We are Carrie and Josh. We are sharing things that, in our experience, worked for us and could also work for you.
Alright, so I'll try to keep the MAF update short this week because everything else kind of got long. Wrapped up week 12, which is the final run block week. So Tuesday I will do my final MAF test. Not going to hold out much hope. Kind of like the second one that I did a month ago. All my times have been staying the same. This week actually my times were a little slower because we were Thanksgiving break. I was doing my runs in the morning before lifting and getting up in the chilly 20-degree weather and running. My heart rate didn't care for that, so what I've learned is there's that sweet spot. You don't want it too hot, but you don't want it freezing cold either. That cool fall temperature was perfect for those gains. So we'll see what the Tuesday MAF test brings, but I'm guessing nothing terribly earth-shattering. Hopefully some improvements over last month, but I put in the miles for the block, got it done, and now on to the bike block. So we'll report to you about the MAF test next week and how the bike block has started. Biking is my worst of the three disciplines for the triathlon, so spending 3 months hammering out some bike workouts at MAF will hopefully do some good for me. Alright, for the food of the week we've got coconut oil. Every morning when I wake up, I come down as I'm getting ready, whether it's to work out or just shower on an off day, get a scoop of this, just a small scoop, put that in my mouth with a drop of tea tree oil and swish it around for a few minutes, kind of trying to push it in and out of the teeth really hard. Since it's antimicrobial, it helps kill germs. I've had some gum issues, and those have at least stabilized, and in a couple cases the numbers at the dentist have gone down. And then I also mix equal parts coconut oil and baking soda, and then put in some tea tree oil drops and some mint to get toothpaste. So I make my own toothpaste with that. I also put a tablespoon of coconut oil with a tablespoon of butter in my coffee on my off days. And so coconut oil is a very big staple in what I do nutritionally. Alright, for the workout highlight this week, it's variety. I am not one known for variety, as you'll see down a little farther. The words of wisdom for the week about discipline and having routine and structure. But back long ago, it used to be after school workouts. It used to be the same workouts all the time, never giving variety to my muscles. I would do a push day, I would do a pull day, but I would keep doing them and doing them and doing them and doing them. Now, I kind of base, it helps with the training, but I base everything quarterly. So I've got 3 months. When my race season ends in September, I go September through November. Normally I don't go and do any running or biking because I've done enough, but this year with the switch, it's been kind of fun to do a running block, and now starting in December I'll switch over to the bike block, but throwing that different workouts in there. So doing the workouts for 3 months gives your muscles a chance to get used to them and get the adaptations in there, and then throw a little wrinkle in and go. So I've got the bike block will be December into February. March through May, I'll start working in some speed work to get ready for races. And then in the summer I've got races, so I've got training and tapering and all of that that's mixed in. And then we come back around to September again, and I'll always mix in the weights with that as well. But those resistance bands help. So finding a way to add variety into your workouts is super important for your muscles. It's very good for your brain too, to add a little variety, a little challenge in there to do something different. So find a way to add some variety while still adhering to the words of wisdom you'll hear in a little bit. This week, for the wisdom of the week, we turn to a Navy SEAL named Jocko Willink, and the title of his book is actually the line of the words of wisdom: discipline equals freedom. And what the bottom line is, if you go to the written blog, you'll see a link that gives kind of some detailed areas of summary in the book. But for me, the main takeaway is having discipline in some areas gives you freedom in other areas. So for those who know me, know I'm a routine person. I like my routines. I like my habits. And yes, sometimes they get in the way, and I'm working on letting them go. But having the routines in place helps set things up. Some things that I do, get up early and get the work done. I used to be a late night, not late night, but after school was my workout time, and priorities shifted, and it's just so much easier to get up, get things done, get the work in. Plus, as I've started waking up at certain times, my body's gotten used to it. Very rarely do I have my alarm go off at 4 in the morning. Even when I wake up that early, I don't need an alarm. Another thing that I took away from that discipline is setting up the routine for things, having a system. Saturday mornings, I come in for my workout, and I know I'm going to need to make my breakfast Sunday, but I'm going to need that to ferment. So right away when I come in for my workout, I get my oats in water. I get the kombucha in there so they can ferment, and I can make my oat gurt chocolate breakfast. Check that out in the blog too. I also have coffee that I prefer to cold brew rather than warm brew. So I put that in because that's something I mix in that oat gurt as well. Another thing that I believe in having a system for is no snooze button. Like I said, my body gets used to waking up, and a lot of times I'll wake up 2-3 minutes before my alarm even goes off, and I'm ready to go. And the last thing that I really took away from the discipline equals freedom: if you want it, work for it. Okay? There's nothing that comes free. If you want something, you've got to put in the work to get it. So finding those things, if I want to be a better triathlete, I'm going to try this scientific-based method that I'm telling you about. If I want to be a better teacher, I find ways to reach my students better. But I don't just assume it's going to happen. I go out and I put in the work for it. So I could go on and on, but again, check out the link. See if you can find the book. He's on social media all over the place. So discipline equals freedom is the wisdom of the week.